Hello, welcome everyone. I'm Wanda and I'm excited to be interviewing Sally Crusan today. Sally is a business partner and a friend of mine who's here to share her story and some wonderful information. Sally, how about telling us a little bit about yourself, where you're from and what you do and some of your interests?
Well, thank you, Wanda. I really appreciate the opportunity to spend some time with you. As Wanda said, I'm Sally Crusan, and I currently live in a very small community called Port Clyde, Maine. It's a lobstering village in Mid-Coast, Maine. I am from the Boston area originally, so this is a big change from going from the big city to a very small community of about 320 people. And I am married with two kids in their 20s. We're currently empty nesters, so that's a new chapter of our life. I also work in an emergency department. I support the nurses and doctors right in the ER, as well as the families and patients that come into the department. And I am very passionate about lifestyle medicine. I kind of consider myself a lifestyle medicine enthusiast.
Wow, that's interesting that we both are in the medical field. You were saying something about lifestyle medicine. That's interesting. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So lifestyle medicine is actually a branch of medicine that kind of deals with research, prevention, and treatment of disorders kind of caused by your lifestyle. So that could be anything from nutrition or lack thereof, kind of reduced physical activity in your life, could be chronic stress, sleep deprivation, or even the environment that you're living in. So lifestyle medicine kind of addresses your health and your lifestyle from all those approaches. And so I feel really passionate about, looking at one's lifestyle and addressing those individual stressors and needs. And, we tend to live in a world where we are kind of prescribed a lot of different things, a lot of medications. And I see that, I've seen that in my own family at times, and definitely, working in a variety of medical settings over, the last, I'll just say many years, working in medical settings. And I even saw it, with my mother, who passed away 2 years ago, just how medicines were just piled on top of each other. And I personally don't think that's a sustainable way to manage your health. So kind of made this shift to what I call lifestyle medicine. And I'm super passionate about it.
We share similar interests and passions. Why is this so important to you?
Well, I really started paying attention to this right around the time that my husband was diagnosed with cancer, which was about 7 years ago. And I always seemed to be researching things, kind of back it up even more. When our son was born, he was 9 weeks premature and is hearing impaired. So kind of had to delve into ways to support, him. Then our daughter had some significant sensory issues and chronic regional pain syndrome and concussion syndrome, and looking at ways naturally to support, her needs. I have an autoimmune disease, looking at ways to support my health without, having to rely on pharmaceuticals. And then, kind of out of the blue, the healthiest person in the bunch got diagnosed with stage 4 head and neck cancer. And, it was a very rigorous, very difficult treatment. And so in the recovery process, I was really looking at ways to provide good nutrition in the least amount of ways to do that, because my husband Ron couldn't eat a lot because of all the damage and swelling from the radiation to his neck. So then I really started paying attention to labels and nutrition, and really opened up a whole new world for us. And he had lost all of his muscle tone. So I'm trying to figure out ways to how do you get muscle back, when you're well past your 40s. And so I just became very passionate about it. Then started looking at ways to have less toxic products in our home. And it just opened up all these doors for learning about essential oils and plant-based nutrition and products just that we use every day, like, our toothpaste and our shampoo and soap. So I just had a whole new world open up in terms of wellness products that really supported my passion for lifestyle medicine. So it all just came together really nicely. And outside of that, we started to really look at the environment that we lived in. Removing kind of toxic jobs and kind of chaotic pace of life. We made some really deliberate choices to move to a very quiet area, because that's part of lifestyle medicine. And my viewpoint is, when you look out your window, do you love where you live? And we absolutely do. So it's just the whole package is what lifestyle medicine means to me, and why I'm passionate to share with other people.
Wow, that sounds wonderful. So I assume from what you said, so I'm going to clarify, that you found something to help that your husband could drink and get the nutrition that he would to help support his nutritional system and help the recovery of his muscle.
Absolutely.
So, how great. That's wonderful. So how do you see yourself applying the knowledge that you've learned from all of this and helping other people with that?
Sure. Thanks for asking that. It's really twofold. In terms of the nutritional piece, I love to share with people what's worked well for us, and that's adding a plant into our daily routine called moringa. And it's just something that really supports our health and gives us all the nutrition that we need, and anti-inflammatories and all kinds of good things. So, I'm in my late 50s, my husband's in his mid 60s, and,
Wow.
We don't take any pharmaceuticals. We don't have any pain relievers in our house. We just drink a plant. So I'm passionate about sharing that with other people, because I think it's really important. And it's something anything from young children to the elderly can take. So I just love that it's accessible to everyone. So that's one piece of the puzzle. The other piece that I became very passionate about was after my husband's cancer treatment, we really were kind of decimated financially, to be candid. And I know that's something that people don't like to talk about very often, but it's the reality that many people have. And
Yes.
We saw that very recently in the news when people, were missing 1 or 2 paychecks recently. And it doesn't take much for families to get rattled financially. And through that process, we learned a lot about ourselves as a family. And we actually did a few exercises, if you will, to help strengthen our financial muscles. And I'm not going to disclose too much about that, but it really worked for us. And we were able to kind of catapult our lives into something that we call life unlimited, where we're living and doing what we want to be doing. So I've taken that information and put that into a 30-day coaching program. And so it is called Good Vibrations. And it's just kind of heightening your awareness of your relationship with money and giving you the tools to envision yourself on the other side of debt. So I'm really excited to be able to share that with people, in addition to moringa and all the wonderful other types of things we've learned about during this journey. So I'm just thrilled that this lifestyle medicine philosophy is just coming to fruition, and I can really help people with their physical health and their financial health.
Wow, Sally, you sound like you have got a whole stack of information for people. How can people get in touch with you when they would like to get their health well and their finances help?
They just need to put a comment below, and I'd be more than happy to help them. And if anyone, because I know, Wanda, you also do very similar things in terms of helping people with their health. So if they're a friend of yours, they can certainly reach out to you as well. So just make that known in the comments. And so we're both here to just live our best lives and be impeccable with our word. And I'm just thrilled that we're kind of working on a couple of different levels together and getting to know each other. We have so many similarities. It's just been exciting to delve into that and develop a friendship. So I feel very fortunate, and I'm thrilled that we got to spend some time together.
Yes, it's been wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us, Sally. We've learned a lot, and you have a lot to offer.
Well, thank you, as do you. I appreciate the time. Take care, everyone.